The tagline for our denomination, for Metropolitan Community Churches, is transforming ourselves as we transform the world. And so, Darryl, let me ask you first. Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Not that well. Think you can hear? Okay. Say something again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
great.
Yes. All right. So, Darryl, how has MCCDC contributed to your personal and spiritual transformation?
Well, it has in a lot of different ways. Today you were acknowledging the people who had been in the MCCDC for a long time. Actually, I've only been a member of MCCDC for 17 years, but I've been a member of MCC, starting with MCC Atlanta since 1977, so almost 50 years.
Ooh.
So actually, not only the way it's what has transformed me with MCCDC was I had all the previous transformations coming here, you know. First, a transformation, probably prayer. That's been a big transformation because before that, I can't remember praying unless something was really wrong. You know, oh God, if you just do this or do that, you know, but to have a consistent prayer and have a prayer life has been one of the transformations I experienced all through MCC.
Excellent, excellent. And we sure need prayer, don't we? We sure need prayer, don't we?
Yes.
So as you've grown in your own journey, how have you been able to impact the lives of others in that journey?
Well, I've always been active in the church. When I was in Georgia, I sang in the choir every Sunday for 20-some years and all, and I did the newsletter. And when I came here, I started doing the newsletter too. So that my major contribution was that newsletter, getting the information about the news of the church into the church. Also, I noted that the women of this church had a group, and it met once a month. So I started a men's group in this church. Unfortunately, it's not going on right now, but for a few years, we did have a men's group. We'll meet once a month, either at my house or go out to a restaurant after church. But what it did, even though these men had seen each other at church, you know, they didn't really get to know each other yet, but by going to these dinners after church and all, they got to know each other more.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. And didn't you also work as administrator of the church for a time?
Several years I was church administrator because the previous person had quit, and so.
Then he moved to Florida. I think he moved to Florida.
Yeah,
moved to Florida.
He moved to Florida.
Yes, because we're a transitional city, and so people move all the time. Florida, back then, wasn't the Florida of today. Well, and also, just a point of personal privilege, I remember when I was ordained 14 years ago, you had been doing the bulletins, the worship folders at the time. You were the administrator, and you worked on my worship folder for my ordination service, and I still have that framed.
I had forgotten that.
Yeah, you did. And it's beautiful. I still have it, so thank you. Thank you for that. So as we continue to transform ourselves and the world around us, what are your hopes for the future spiritual growth and impact of MCCDC?
Well, I have a big one.
Sure. Lay it on us.
And in our denomination, usually things happen on a local church level, and from there it goes to the general conference, and it's voted on by the entire denomination. So at some point in this church, let me back up. I was a member of a congregational church when I was growing up. And in addition, our bylaws, our current bylaws, and our current statement of faith are very similar to that of the United Church of Christ. And the reason for that is that at the beginning of our denomination, MCC, Reverend Elder Troy Perry asked Reverend Elder John Hose to do that, but he had been previously a member of the Congregational Church. Mm-hmm. So that's why they sort of sound the same, mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. But as everyone here has noted, churches, not only our church, but all churches are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So a few are growing, okay? Mm-hmm. But the majority are getting smaller. Theologically, MCC and the United Church of Christ are just a perfect match.
Close cousins.
Close cousin-in-law. And hopefully, I hope that Metropolitan Community Church and the United Church of Christ can join, because we wouldn't lose our identity. Even though we'd be part of their church, we still operate independently as we would now. Mm-hmm. So I hope that would happen one day.
All right, MCC denominational leadership, I hope you're listening, because this is far above our denomination, our local pay grade. However, if you're listening, we have some conversations for you. Darryl, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Great. You're welcome.
Your being here.
Thank you.